So we'll start with the search of genetic material as to how it was confirmed that DNA is a genetic material. Okay. So first evidence was given by Griffith, and that is the transforming principle of Griffith. Okay. In 1928, Frederick Griffith made an experiment by taking Streptococcus pneumonia, a bacterium. Okay. He took a particular bacterium, that is Streptococcus pneumonia, in his studies, which caused pneumonia. Okay. Now there are two types of strain of this Streptococcus. One is the S strain and other is R strain. Now the S strain forms smooth colonies because of the presence of mucosa or mucus, that is the polysaccharide coat or the capsule, and it is virulent, that is it causes the disease pneumonia. While the R strain forms rough colonies and there is absence of this mucus coat or the capsule, to be more specific, and it's non-virulent. Okay, so S strain caused the disease and R strain did not cause any disease. Okay, the bacterium which was used in the transforming principle was Streptococcus pneumonia, okay, which caused pneumonia, and there were two strain of this bacteria, that is the S strain and the R strain. Now how he did the procedure? He first took the S strain and he injected that S strain into the mice. Okay, now we know that the S strain causes the disease, so the mice died. Now other thing he did, he took the R strain and he injected it into the mice and the mice lived. Okay, now what he did, he killed the S strain, that is heat killing, and he injected into the mice and the mice lived. Okay, you got that? First he took the S strain and injected into the mice, so the mice died. Next he took the R strain and injected into the mice and the mice lived. Now he took the S strain but he killed the S strain and he injected it into the mice and the mice lived. Okay, now what he did, now we can say that the R strain and the heat killed S strain is not causing any disease. You can see here the R strain and the S strain, that is the heat killed, is not causing any disease. So what he did next, he took the S strain which was heat killed with the R strain that was living, that was live, and he injected into the mice. So the mice should remain alive as the R strain was not able to cause any disease, and the S strain which was heat killed was also not causing any disease, but to his surprise the mice died. Okay, and what he did, he recovered the live S strain from the dead mice. Okay, now what he did, when he saw that the S strain was causing the disease, the heat killed S strain was not causing the disease, and the R strain was also not causing the disease, what he did, he took the R strain live and he took the S strain that was heat killed and he injected both of them into the mice. Okay, made a mixture of the S strain that was heat killed and live R strain and made a mixture and injected into the mice, and to his surprise the mice died. Now he recovered the S strain from the mice. Okay, he concluded that some transforming principle transformed the heat killed S strain to R strain, which transformed R strain to the S strain. Okay, when he recovered, okay, what he recovered the living S strain. He injected the heat killed S strain, but from the mice which was dead, he recovered the living S strain. Okay, so he concluded that there was some transforming principle who transformed from the heat killed S strain to the R strain. Okay, and it converted the R strain to the S strain. Okay, so you can see here in the diagram, heat killed S strain transformed the R strain into the S strain, and transformation due to This is what was the transformation due to the genetic material. So the heat killed S strain transformed the lived R strain, which was non-virulent, into virulent S strain by the transfer of genetic material. So this was the transforming principle, or the Frederick Griffith experiment, which was done on the Streptococcus pneumonia, taking two strain, that is the S strain and the R strain. Okay, and by heat killing the S strain, mixing it with live R strain, and what he did, he injected that into the mice, and he saw that the mouse died, and he recovered the live S strain from the dead mice. Okay, he never injected live S strain into the mice, into this mice, but he got living S strain. So there was something in the heat killed S strain which transformed the R strain into the S strain. Okay, so this was nothing but this was the genetic material. Now how the biochemical characterization of the transforming principle was done. How was the nature of the genetic material known? Okay, so these experiments were done by Oswald Avery, Colin MacLeod, and McCarthy. Okay, they determined, the aim of the experiment was to determine the biochemical nature of the transforming principle, as to what was present in the dead S strain which transformed the R strain into the live S strain. Okay, so what they did, they purified the DNA, RNA and protein from the heat killed S strain. Okay, what they did, they purified the DNA, RNA and proteins from the heat killed S strain. Now what they did, they added the DNA plus the live R strain, and they saw there was a transformation. They added the RNA with the live R strain, but there was no transformation. Okay, then they added the protein with the live R strain, but there were no transformation. Okay, they also added DNAs plus heat kill S strain. Okay, in the live plus live R strain, so there was no transformation. Okay, now RNAs plus heat kill plus live R strain, there was transformation, and protease plus heat kill plus live R strain, there was transformation. So you saw here, DNase is responsible for killing the DNA, RNase is responsible for killing for deactivating the RNA, and protease is responsible for deactivating, okay, or cutting or cleaving the protein. Okay, so in this they added DNase which destroyed the DNA, but here they only added RNase and protein, so the DNA was intact. So transformation took place, and here no transformation was there. So from these experiments they concluded that DNA is the hereditary material, or DNA is the genetic material which caused the transformation. Okay, now the proof that DNA is the genetic material was done by an experiment which was performed by Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase by taking bacteriophage. Now bacteriophage are the bacteria which are infected by viruses. Okay, now bacteriophage are the phages or the viruses which infect the bacteria. Now bacteriophage, bacteria eating viruses that infect bacteria. What he did, there was a bacteriophage, it infected the bacteria, genetic material enter into the bacterium, multiplication takes place, and lysis of the bacteria and release of the viruses. So these are the common step, which is when a virus infects the bacteria, these steps will be there, like the infection will be there, genetic material will enter into the bacteria, multiplication will take place, and lysis of the bacteria and release of viruses will occur. Okay, so you can see here the procedure and the observation. What they did, if we'll see in the first half, in this, bacteriophages grow in a medium containing radioactive sulfur. So they allowed the bacteriophages to grow in a medium which was containing radioactive sulfur. Okay, that is 35S. Now we know that proteins contain sulfur, but DNA does not contain any sulfur. So here the protein portion will be coded with the radioactive sulfur. Now these viruses contain radioactive protein because protein contains sulfur. Viruses are allowed to infect the E. coli bacteria. Okay, now these viruses were allowed to infect the bacteria, and then they did the blending and centrifugation. Okay, so the viral particle that was obtained in the supernatant was radioactive, but the bacteria was not radioactive. So as we know from the mechanism that only the genetic material will enter into the bacteria, so from here we can say that the genetic material was not protein. Okay, in the second in the other experiment, what they did, they growed the bacteriophage on a medium containing radioactive phosphorus, that is 32P. Now the viruses contained radioactive DNA because of the DNA containing, because the DNA contains the phosphorus. Now they were allowed to infect, blended and centrifuged. So what they did, the viral particle which were present in the supernatant were not radioactive, but the bacteria was radioactive. So it was confirmed here that protein was not going into the bacteria, but the DNA was going into the bacteria. So only the genetic material has the ability to go into the other cell. When we talk about the viruses, that the viruses transform, or viruses put their genetic material into the other host cells. So here DNA was only going, and so the DNA is a genetic material. Okay, so it was confirmed and proved that DNA is the genetic material. See here also you can see that DNA of the bacteriophage which enter into the bacteria. So DNA is the genetic material. This diagram is also given in your textbook. In the first diagram, here radioactive sulfur is there, so only the outer part, that is protein part of the virus is coded, so there was no DNA, no radioactivity in the cell. But here the radioactive phosphorus was there, so here you can see that this infection was there. Okay, now blending they did and the virus particle were removed. These virus particle were obtained in the supernatant and the infected cell were these. So the phosphorus containing DNA entered to the cell and it was confirmed that the DNA was a genetic material. Okay, now what should be the properties of the genetic material? Genetic material should be able to replicate. Both have the ability to replicate. Okay, it should be chemically and structurally stable, but RNA is not that stable. DNA is stable due to the interaction, due to the sugar present in them, due to the double helix structure. Okay, because of the hydrophobic interactions. Okay, it should provide scope for slow changes, that is mutation, which are required for evolution, that is both are able to mutate, but the mutation part in the RNA is very much as compared to the DNA. So for a genetic material, the mutation, okay, should be there, but should be very less, or it should take several amount of generations to reach that mutation or attain that mutation. But RNA mutates very fast and it should be able to express itself, so both are able to express itself. Now DNA is the genetic material in most of the organism. RNA is also is the genetic material in few viruses like TME and QB bacteriophage. It contains only one OH group, that is 3' OH group. This RNA contains 3' OH and 2' OH group, which makes it catalytic, that is cleaving activity more, and it makes it, because of the presence of this OH group, it makes the RNA more unstable. This DNA is less reactive, but this RNA is chemically more reactive. DNA contains thymine, which is a stable structure, while RNA contains uracil, which is not that stable. Structurally, when we are talking about, okay, this DNA is more stable, but this RNA is less stable than the DNA, and DNA is able to mutate, but RNA is also able to mutate, but to a faster rate. And for evolution, we don't need that faster rate for mutation. So in all, DNA is considered as a stable genetic material. Okay, now which was the first genetic material? RNA was the first genetic material, and because RNA is a genetic material, RNA is is also acting as a catalyst, and it is reactive and unstable. Stable DNA evolved from the RNA, because you can see that the structural changes in the RNA and DNA are there, but not to a larger extent. Okay, now what are the essential life processes which evolve around RNA? So it is metabolism, translation, splicing. In metabolism, RNA acts as a catalyst. This you have also studied in the 11th standard in the chapter enzyme, that it also acts as a catalyst. Okay, so today we discussed what? We discussed the search for the genetic material, in which we learn about the transforming principle which was performed by Griffith, the biochemical characterization of the transforming principle which was given by Oswald Avery, Colin MacLeod and Maclean McCarthy. Then we studied a very important experiment, that was a genetic material, the confirmation that DNA is a genetic material, that was done by Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase using bacteriophages. Okay, and we also studied the properties of a genetic material and how DNA is more stable than the RNA, and how DNA was evolved or was formed from the RNA itself.